The rain poured down like a waterfall that night outside my family's failing auto garage in Riverside Town. I knelt in the mud, my knees soaked through, as Vanessa Gordon, my fiancée, yanked the engagement ring off her finger. Her eyes were cold, like ice on a winter road. "You're a man with dreams but no future, Anthony," she said, her voice sharp over the storm. The garage lights flickered behind us, the last ones we could afford. My father's company had just gone bankrupt that day. Our house was set to be foreclosed. Vanessa's family sat in their shiny car, watching from the dry seats. Her mother sneered through the window, and her father, Gerald Gordon, just stared ahead like I was dirt. Vanessa threw the ring into a puddle. It sank fast. "I'm done waiting for you to fix this," she yelled. She climbed into the car, laughing a little, like it was all a big joke. The engine roared, and they drove off, tires splashing mud on my face. I stayed there, alone in the dark, the water mixing with tears I wouldn't let fall. 10 years of love, gone in seconds. I picked up the ring, now caked in filth. My hands shook. Silently, I swore to the empty street, "You'll regret the day you gave up on me." That promise burned hotter than the rain. But how could I keep it? I had nothing left. If you're watching this, subscribe, like and let me know where you're watching from. My world crumbled faster after that rainy night. The bank seized our family home the next week. They changed the locks while I packed boxes in the driveway. Mom cried in the living room, her health already failing from the stress. Doctors said it was her heart, but I knew it was broken too. I called Vanessa's phone a dozen times, begging for help, just a word. No answer. Her family blocked me everywhere. I tried jobs at other garages, but doors slammed shut. "Sorry, kid," one boss said. "Word's out your bad news." It hit me then, Gerald Gordon had spread lies. He told everyone I stole money from my dad's company to cover our debts. It wasn't true, but who would believe a broke mechanic over a big-shot businessman? Gerald owned half the town, with his factories and banks. He wanted me gone so Vanessa could marry someone with money. I sold what little we had, a rusty toolbox, Mom's old jewelry, for bus fare. That night, I sat by her bed one last time. "I'll make it right, Mom," I whispered. She squeezed my hand weakly. "Just survive, Anthony." Dawn came cold. I left town on a Greyhound bus, the only thing I carried was her faded photo in my wallet. The road stretched empty ahead. Riverside faded in the mirror. No more home. No more hope. But deep down, that anger grew roots. The night bus rattled through dark highways, stopping at empty lots and flickering gas stations. I stared out the window, Mom's photo creased in my pocket. Sleep wouldn't come. Across the aisle sat an old man in a worn coat, reading a thick book under a dim light. He caught me staring and smiled. "Rough night?" he asked, voice like gravel. I nodded, too tired to lie. "Name's Dr. Leonard Graves," he said, extending a hand. "Retired investor. You look like you've lost a war." I told him bits: the bankruptcy, Vanessa, the lies. He listened without judging. "Pain like that forges steel," he said. "I've seen it build empires." He pulled out a card. "I'm heading to a tech firm in Europe that's sinking. Need a sharp mind for logistics. No experience? Doesn't matter. Show up with fire in your eyes, and we'll talk." I laughed, bitter. What if I have none left? He leaned in. "You do. I see it." The bus lurched on. We talked till sunrise, his failed deals, my garage dreams. By morning, I had an address scribbled on a napkin. Europe felt worlds away. As the bus pulled into the city, I looked back one last time at the fading lights of America. "I'll come back," I whispered to the empty seat. "Different. Stronger." The door hissed open. A new path waited, scary but mine. Leonard was right, fire still burned. Years blurred into a grind after that bus ride. I landed in a rainy city abroad, starting as a lowly clerk in Leonard's failing tech firm. We fixed shipping routes, coded software for delivery, simple stuff at first. But I poured everything in, working nights by flickering screens. Leonard watched, nodding. "You're a natural, kid," he'd say. I changed my name to E.C. Lawson, no past, just results. Pain from Vanessa faded to fuel. I solved puzzles others missed, like rerouting trucks during storms, saving millions. The firm turned around. Global eyes turned our way, deals in Asia, contracts in London. Leonard pulled me aside one evening, over coffee in his cluttered office. "No kids, no wife," he said, eyes tired. "Built this for nothing if it dies with me." He slid papers over. "Prove yourself, and it's yours. All of it." My heart raced. Inherit everything? A man like him? "Why me?" I asked. "You remind me of the boy I was, hungry, unbroken." I signed on, vowing silence. Months later, an envelope arrived, gold-embossed invite to a New York gala for top investors. I opened it slow. The host? Gordon Industries. Gerald's empire, shining bright. Vanessa's world. 10 years gone, but the name twisted like a knife. I stared at the mirror, suit pressed, hair neat. "Time to step in," I muttered. The plane ticket burned in my hand. The gala glittered like a jewel box in a Manhattan ballroom, chandeliers dripping light over tuxedos and gowns. I slipped in as E.C. Lawson, my alias a shield. No one glanced twice, just another sharp face in the crowd. Laughter echoed off marble floors, champagne flutes clinking like secrets. Then she appeared, Vanessa Gordon, radiant in silk, arm-linked with a tall heir named Brandon Mills. Her ring sparkled, bigger than ours ever was. She took the stage, voice smooth. "I've learned to choose stability over fantasy," she said, eyes gleaming. "Dreams are lovely, but empires last." The room applauded. I sipped my drink, stone-faced. She meant me, the broke boy she left in mud. Bidding started on a waterfront property, key to Gordon's next factory. Voices rose, fists clenched. Gerald nodded from the front, smug. I raised my paddle calm. "2 million, I said. Gasps rippled. Bids climbed 3, 4. I matched each, cool as ice. 5 million. Silence fell. The gavel cracked. 1. Vanessa's speech faltered mid-word. She scanned the bidders, brow creased. "And the winner is..." E.C. Lawson, the auctioneer boomed. Her face froze, glass halfway to her lips. Gerald's eyes narrowed. Whispers spread like smoke. Who was this mystery man? I set my paddle down, heart steady. The property tied straight to Gordon Industries, their expansion dream, now mine. Vanessa stared, searching my face. Recognition flickered, then died. Not yet. Backstage shadows hid the real games, away from the gala's flash. Waiters zipped past with trays, but tension hung thick. Vanessa broke from her circle, heels clicking toward me. Her perfume hit first, same as 10 years back, jasmine and regret. "Mr. Lawson," she said, voice honeyed but probing. "That bid was bold. Do I know you from somewhere?" I turned slow, face blank as a fresh page. "Miss Gordon, I doubt it. I keep to business." Her eyes searched mine, like digging for buried gold. Something tugged my stance, maybe my smile, but she shook it off. "Well, congratulations. That land means everything to us." Us. Her and Brandon, the heir with a jaw like carved stone. Gerald watched from afar, signaling her back. I nodded polite, slipping away into the crowd. Alone in the elevator, I exhaled. Close. Too close. Later, in his office tower, Gerald slammed his desk. Papers flew. That land was ours. Who is this Lawson? Find him. Now. Vanessa hovered, confused. He seemed familiar, Dad. Gerald waved her off. Focus on your wedding. That merger with Mills will save us. The merger empires joined, billions at play. But it hinged on that waterfront plot. My plot. I paced my hotel room, city lights mocking below. Gerald's fist echoed in my mind. War was coming. And I held the first weapon. Gerald's machine kicked in fast, like a storm rolling over hills. Private eyes swarmed, sharp suits knocking on doors, digging files. Vanessa paced her penthouse, phone glued to her ear. What do you mean, no records? She snapped at the lead investigator. I watched from coffee shops across the street, blending in shadows. Her world cracked slow gala photos everywhere, whispers about the ghost bidder. She pored over old yearbooks, my faded image staring back. Anthony, she'd mutter, then laugh it off. But doubt grew. The investigator called Gerald late one night. Boss, E.C. Lawson popped up 7 years ago. No birth records, no school. Like he was born from thin air. Gerald cursed, veins bulging. Deeper. Hack if you must. Vanessa joined the hunt, her wedding dress sketches forgotten. She drove to Riverside, knocking on our old garage, now a chain shop. Anyone remember Anthony Boyd? The owner shrugged. Kid with fire? Left broke. Back home, she stared at my photo, heart racing. Clues piled, my bidding style matched Anthony's old chess games. The calm under fire. It's him, she whispered to her mirror, voice breaking. It has to be. Gerald overheard, face twisting. Impossible. That boy's dust. But fear crept in. I sat in my office, report stacking. Their net closed, but loose. One wrong pull, and it snapped. Vanessa's whisper haunted me. Game on. Rain hammered the parking lot outside the conference center, mirroring that night 10 years ago. Vanessa cornered me after a deal signing, her coat soaked, eyes wild. Anthony, she hissed, grabbing my arm. Stop pretending. It's you. Water dripped from her hair, pooling at our feet. I pulled free, gentle, face a mask. Miss Gordon, I think you're mistaken. Name's Lawson. She stepped closer, breath shaky. The way you bid, that cold stare, it's him. The boy I left. Memories flooded me, her laugh in the car, ring in the mud. Pain twisted, but I shoved it down. People change, I said flat. Or they don't. She blinked back tears. If it's you, why this? The land, it's killing Dad's plans. I signed the final papers inside, blocking Gordon's factory expansion. Ink dried black as my heart. Gerald waited in the lobby, face thunder. You, he growled. Stay away from my family. I smiled thin. Business, Mr. Gordon. Nothing personal. But it was all personal. That night, Gerald called his lawyers. Ruin him. Sue, smear, whatever it takes. War declared. Vanessa drove home alone, rain blurring her view. My reflection in her mirror, or was it Anthony's? She gripped the wheel. I walked to my car, rain washing clean. One step closer. But her eyes, they almost broke me. Almost. Gerald struck hard, like a snake in tall grass. His lawyers filed fraud claims against my firm, twisting old deals into crimes. Lawson's hiding assets, they leaked to papers. My phone rang non-stop, investors pulling out, whispers of ruin. Vanessa's fiancé, Brandon Mills, went public on TV, smirking. This ghost thinks he can touch Gordon. We'll bury him. Smooth hair, sharper lies. I paced my boardroom, team tense. Fight smart, I told them. Nights blurred into code cracking their books. Then, gold, hidden ledgers showing Gordon Industries cooked numbers, fake sales, offshore shells. Gerald's empire, built on sand. I leaked it anonymous, timed perfect. Dawn broke with headlines, Gordon fraud exposed. Phones exploded at their office. Stock dipped, then plunged. Gerald raged in meetings, firing aides. Who did this? Vanessa clutched newsprint, face ashen. It's him, she breathed. Brandon stormed out, yelling blame. By noon, shares crashed 40%. Panic spread, banks called loans, suppliers bolted. I watched from my tower, coffee steaming. Your move, I muttered. But victory tasted sour. Mom's photo on my desk stared back. Was this justice or just hurt? Gerald's voice echoed on calls, financial war. All out. Good. Let it burn. Their world tilted. Mine stood firm. One more push, and it fell. Gordon Industries teetered like a house in wind. Reporters swarmed their gates, cameras flashing like lightning. Gerald's face aged overnight, lines deep as trenches. Deny everything, he barked to suits, but leaks poured faster. Creditors circled, vultures on fresh meat. Vanessa fielded calls, voice cracking. Dad, the banks, they're calling the loans. Their mansion, that big stone beast overlooking the river, got hit hardest. Signs went up, repossessed. Movers arrived at dawn, trucks rumbling. Vanessa watched from the window as her childhood room emptied, dresses boxed, photos stacked. Her mother wailed in the hall. This can't be. Gerald stood stone silent, watching antiques haul away. The twist gutted me, that bank? Quietly mine, through layers of shells. I'd bought it 2 years back, patient as a spider. Now, it snapped the chain. By evening, the family spilled onto the lawn, rain mixing with tears. Neighbors gawked from driveways. Vanessa clutched a locket, the one I'd given her once. How did it come to this, she sobbed to Brandon, who peeled out fast, tires screeching. No ring, no rescue. Gerald glared at the sky. Lawson. I sat in my office, screens flickering reports. Their fall mirrored mine, mud, loss, empty hands. But I rose. They wouldn't. Not yet. The mansion door slammed shut. Lights out. The old Gordon mansion stood empty under gray skies, windows dark like blind eyes. I drove up slow, gravel crunching, heart heavy. 10 years, and here I was owner, ghost returned. Inside, echoes bounced off bare walls. Dust danced in sunbeams through cracked panes. I wandered halls, feet soft on faded rugs. The piano sat in the parlor, ivory keys yellowed. Vanessa used to play it, her fingers flying while I fixed leaks in their kitchen. For you, she'd say, songs soft as summer. I touched a key, a single note rang out, lonely. Guilt crept in, cold as the floorboards. Was this enough? Ruin for ruin? Mom's face flashed, her weak smile before I left. Don't let hate eat you, son. I sank to the bench, head in hands. Pain twisted fresh. Revenge felt hollow, like punching fog. Then, under the bench, a yellowed envelope. My name, Anthony, scrawled in her hand. Heart pounding, I tore it open. I'm sorry, it read. I was scared. Dad pushed me. I loved you. Forgive me? Dated days after she left. Never sent. Tears stung. Why now? I folded it careful, pocket warm. Footsteps? No, just wind. But the house whispered regrets. I stood, fist clenched. Mercy tugged. But the game played on. Gerald's fist still echoed. Not over. Vanessa's world shrank to a tiny apartment, walls thin as paper. Bills stacked like accusations. She scanned job ads desperate, eyes red from nights crying. Secretary, one red. Lawson Tech subsidiary entry level, no questions. She applied blind, resume trimmed clean. No mention of Gordon's, just eager learner. The call came quick, interview tomorrow. She ironed a plain blouse, practicing smiles in the mirror. Be strong, she told her reflection. Pain etched deep mansion gone, Brandon vanished, dad raging blame. My office buzzed next day, polished wood and humming screens. HR led her in. Miss Gordon? Mr. Lawson will see you. Door opened. I walked in, files in hand, face neutral. She froze, chair creaking. You, she gasped, color draining. I sat, calm. Miss Gordon. Resume's impressive. Why here? Her lips parted, no words. Recognition hit like thunder my eyes, my voice, masked but there. I need work, she stammered. Payne's a teacher. I nodded, flipping pages. We value discretion. Past stays past. Lie after lie, but her eyes begged truth. She swallowed pride. I'll do anything. Start Monday. Prove it. She nodded, shaky. As she left, knees wobbling, I gripped the desk. Assistant to her ex-fate's cruel joke. Guilt swelled with that letter burning in my drawer. But war waited. No mercy yet. Vanessa started Monday, heels clicking nervous in my lobby. Desk outside my office, coffee runs, files sorted, smiles forced. I played stranger, good work, Miss Gordon. She nodded, eyes down, but sparks flew. Mornings, she'd hand reports, fingers brushing accidental. Sir, she'd say, voice tight. Lunch alone, she'd scroll old photos us laughing by the garage. Pain carved her soft. One night, rain lashed windows. Overtime hit, team gone. She stayed, typing fierce. I lingered in shadows, door cracked. Sobs broke muffled at first, then raw. If only I could undo it all, she whispered to empty air. Anthony, I was wrong. So wrong. My chest tightened. The girl who laughed in rain now drowned in it. Letters' words echoed her unsent plea. I backed away quiet, heart warring. Fire for pain, or water for thirst. Next day, she defended me in a meeting sharp, unaware. Mr. Lawson's plan saves us millions, she snapped at doubters. Pride flickered, unwanted. She changed no silk gowns, just resolve. But Brandon's shadow loomed. Calls came, his voice oily on her line. Sign this, or I spill your secrets. She paled, hiding shakes. Mask cracked slow. I watched, torn. Assistant by day, ghost by night. Her whisper haunted. Undo? Too late. Or was it? Pace quickened at the firm, deals stacking like bricks. Vanessa shone memos crisp, ideas bold. Pain changes you, she'd say in quiet moments, eyes distant. I saw it, the spoiled girl forged to steal. She caught my slips, a phrase from our past, a nod too warm. You remind me of someone, she'd murmur, then blush. Pain lingered in her laugh lines, deeper than before. One meeting, rivals mocked my bid. Risky, they sneered. She fired back, it's brilliant. Trust him. Room stilled. I met her gaze, gratitude unspoken. Heart softened, edges blurring. Hate's fire dimmed to embers. Then Brandon resurfaced, snake in grass. Texts lit her phone, meet me. Or dad's fraud goes public with your name. She hid it, but I saw shakes. Nights, she'd linger, eyes red. Family's everything, she'd say, voice cracking. Mine or his? Guilt gnawed her pain, mine made. Leonard called, voice weak. Powers for protecting, boy. Not breaking. I paced, rain tapping glass. Decision crystallized, shield her, shadows deep. Hired eyes on Brandon, quiet, clean. Reports piled, his thefts from Gordon's, fingers sticky. Protect her, I ordered, anonymous. Not for love for the boy she broke, who still dreamed of her song. She defended me blind. Now, I'd guard her sight unseen. But shadows hid no secrets forever. One leak, and light flooded. Brandon's grip tightened like a noose. Late nights, Vanessa slipped out, meeting him in dim bars. Sign this, he'd hiss, papers thrust her last inheritance rights, scraps from the mansion. Or I tell how you helped dad cook books. Lies, but fear chained her. She signed shaky, tears smudging ink. Good girl, he smirked, pocketing it. Back home, she'd curl small, whispers of regret. I watched reports, fury rising. Brandon's trail, stolen funds, fake deals. Enough to bury him. I leaked it careful, emails to press, timed for dawn. Headlines screamed, Mills heirs theft ring. His face plastered, smug gone. But twist cut deep, papers tied her name, forged signatures. Cops knocked next morning. Miss Gordon, fraud charges. Handcuffs clicked cold. She stared blank as they led her, world crashing. Gerald roared blame, you idiot. Brandon vanished, jet to islands. I sat in shadows, gut twisting. Protect her? This was cage. Her eyes in cuffs, broken bird. Letter burned hotter. Undo now? Too tangled. Jail loomed, her screams silent. My hand shook on phone. Bail? Reveal? War's cost climbed her freedom pawn. But Brandon laughed free. No more. I'd pull strings, anonymous still. For the girl who sang, not the one who fled. Shadows deepened. Light waited, sharp as truth. Courtroom air hung thick, like smoke from a dying fire. Vanessa stood small in orange, chains clinking soft. Judge's gavel echoed her fate, fraud, bail set high. Gerald glared from benches, fists white. Pay it, he snarled to lawyers. But pockets empty, empire dust. She met his eyes, plea silent. Door swung me, suit crisp, check in hand. Bail for Miss Gordon, I said clear. Gasps rippled. Clerk blinked. By whom? E.C. Lawson. Her head snapped up, eyes wide. Chains fell, but shock held tighter. Outside, rain eased to mist. She cornered me by marble steps. Why? Voice broke. I stepped close, mask gone. Because pain teaches, Vanessa. And I learned. Her breath caught. Anthony. Fist to gut. 10 years, I said cold. You left me in mud. Called me nothing. Tears tracked her cheeks. I was wrong. Scared. Gerald burst out, face purple. You. But cops held him. I told you, I whispered to her, eyes steel. You'd regret giving up on me. Fist unclenched slow. Bail paid, but debt deeper. She reached, hand trembling. I pulled back. Not yet. Car waited, engine hum. Truth out, city would buzz. Legend born, but heart cracked. Her eyes begged. Mine? Stone. War shifted. Mercy peaked, shy. But revenge's echo lingered loud. News ripped through the city like wildfire, screens glowing with my face, Anthony Boyd, risen ghost. From broke to billionaire, headlines screamed. Reporters camped my building, mics thrust like spears. Vanessa's release fueled it, mystery savior is ex-fiancée. Whispers turned roar. Gerald locked in his flat, blinds drawn, empire whispers mocking. He's a monster, he spat to mirrors. But truth bit deeper, my leaks proved his fraud. Suits swarmed him now, not me. Vanessa called, voice small. Anthony, please. Talk. I hung up, cold. Pain's echo too loud. Board met, cheers for the legend. You're untouchable, they said. But nights, alone, mom's photo judged. Build, don't break. Then Leonard's call, weak rasp. Boy, it's time. Plane rushed me abroad. His bed, machines beeping. All yours, he whispered, will signed. Empire, use wise. Eyes closed forever. Back home, billions landed, stock soared, firms bowed. Richest lists crowned me. Power hummed, electric. Vanessa's pleas piled, unanswered. Gerald's hate festered, plots brewing. City elite bowed, but I stood taller, scarred. Legend? Maybe. But hollow at core. Her voice echoed, wrong. Fist clenched. Cold held, but thaw crept. Inherit billions, lose soul? Leonard's ghost smiled. War's end neared. Mercy or might? Choice mine. Auction hall buzzed, air thick with money sent, polished wood, sharp suits. Gordon Industries scraps went under gavel, factories, patents, dreams crushed. I sat front row, anonymous bid paddle in hand. Gerald paced back, eyes bloodshot. Minimum bid, auctioneer barked. Voices rose tentative. I waited, calm. 10 million. Gasps. Bids climbed slow, then faltered. 15. Mine. Gerald's head snapped. Vanessa watched from shadows, dress plain, face gaunt. Gavel fell. Sold to E.C. Lawson. Room stilled. I rose, papers signed swift. Gordon's heart, now mine. Outside, Gerald cornered me, breath hot. Thief. I smiled thin. Buyer. His empire, rebuilt in my image. Next day, letter arrived, Gerald Gordon, consultant position. Under me. He stormed in, pride shattered. You mock me. Earn it, I said flat. Desk piled reports, his old tricks exposed. Vanessa hovered hall, eyes pleading. Dad, take it. We need this. He signed, fist trembling. One day, he growled. War's trophy gleamed, Gordon's under thumb. But mirror showed hollow eyes. Leonard's will whispered, wise use. Billions bought power, not peace. Vanessa's gaze lingered, soft. Thaw quickened. Gerald's vow echoed revenge, his. Mine? Fading. Empire returned, but at what cost? Heart tugged. Endgame twisted. Gerald's schemes brewed in quiet corners, like poison in a well. Mornings, he'd shuffle to his desk, my desk's shadow, reports neat but eyes sly. Good work, I'd say, testing. He'd nod, but nights, calls to shadows. Turn her, he'd hiss to old allies. Vanessa now my aide full, typing fierce, questions soft. Why keep Dad, she'd ask. Mercy? I shrugged. Business. But Gerald struck subtle dinners forced, whispers twisted. Anthony's playing you, he'd say over wine. Orchestrated it all for sport. Your pain. His game. Lies wove tight. Vanessa's smiles faded, doubts creeping. Memos arrived late, eyes distant. One evening, she lingered. Is it true? The fall you planned? Voice cracked. I met her gaze, mask slipping. Ask your heart. She turned, storm brewing. Gerald watched from afar, fist hidden. Good, he muttered. Allies nodded, old cronies, pockets lined. Plot thickened, leak my secrets, frame me anew. But her doubt cut deepest. Pain's cycle spun his lies, my silence. Leonard's photo on desk, build. I gripped it. Manipulation's web tangled us all. Vanessa's whisper haunted, why? Gerald's fist rose unseen. War's ghost stirred. Mercy drowned in mistrust. One thread pulled, all unraveled. Vanessa's doubts festered like open wounds, nights sleepless. She'd pace her flat, old letters scattered mine, unsent. Gerald's words gnawed, he destroyed us for fun. But truth clawed back. One rainy afternoon, she hacked his old files, desperate, driven. Folders spilled, emails from 10 years past. My dad's bankruptcy, not accident. Gerald's signature, bribes to banks. Stop the marriage, one read. Boyd boys beneath us. Her stomach dropped. Flash, that night, rain pounding. Dad pushed, she'd written once. Now proof. She confronted him in his dim office, papers thrust. You ruined Anthony. On purpose. Gerald blanched, then rage. For your future. He was nothing. He was everything, she yelled, voice breaking. Fist flew not at her, but desk splintered. Out. Tears hot, she fled. Called me blind. Anthony. I know. Silence stretched. About your dad? Yeah. Her sob echoed. I'm sorry. All of it. Gerald's scheme cracked, allies scattered, lies exposed. She turned full, fire new. He's done. City buzzed faint, Gordon patriarchs fall deeper. I hung up slow, heart easing. Revelation burned clean. No more shadows. Her voice not pawn, but partner? War's end whispered. But Gerald's eyes gleamed wild. One last play. Gerald bolted like a cornered fox, bags packed midnight. Stolen funds, millions siphoned, quiet wired to islands. Airport loomed, ticket burned. Free, he muttered, boarding pass script. But my net closed tight, tracers on accounts, eyes on gates. Plane grounded, cops swarmed. Gerald Gordon, fraud. He spun, face ashen. Vanessa waited in interrogation room, eyes steel. Choice yours, I said soft, door ajar. Turn him in, or walk. Papers thrust, warrant, her signature line. He lunged through glass. Vanessa. Blood. She stared, tears carving paths. You broke us first. Pen scratched slow, then firm. Fist to heart, not desk. Cuffs clicked final. Daddy, she whispered, but stood tall. He glared past. You'll regret. Guards dragged him. Outside, rain eased. She leaned on me, first touch in years. It's over. Not quite. Funds frozen, his empire ash. Media feasted, Gordon patriarch falls. My name cleared, legend sealed. But her tears salt on old wounds. Choice made, chains broke. Gerald's roar faded. War's smoke cleared. Mercy won, quiet. Heart mended slow. One betrayal ended. New dawn peaked. Jail's shadow fell heavy, Gerald's cell cold stone. Vanessa wandered streets, ghost in fog. Mansion echoes haunted empty halls, her piano silent. I watched from afar, power heavy as chains. One evening, office dim, I called. Come. She arrived hesitant, coat damp. What now? Voice small. Way out, I said. Check slid millions, clean. Freedom. New start. No strings. Her eyes traced numbers, then me. Money? Bitter laugh. That's what broke us. Pushed it back. Forgive me, Anthony. That's all. Air thickened, words stuck. 10 years mud, lies, fire. Her hand reached, trembled. I see you now. The man I left. I stood, window city lights blurring. Pain buys nothing back. She nodded, door soft. Check and signed, sat alone. Leonard's will glowed, wise use. Her refusal not chains, but key. Quiet aftermath settled, dust slow. No empire clash, just hearts bare. Mercy bloomed fragile. But forgiveness? Locked deep. Night deepened. Choice echoed hers. Mine waited. Graveyard mist clung low, mom's stone simple under oaks. I knelt, weeds whispering. Revenge done, ma. But empty. Words choked. Fist unclenched, dirt caked. Footsteps crunched Vanessa, coat loose. Heard you came. She knelt beside, hand near but not touching. Anthony. I broke you. Tears mixed soil. No, I said soft. You woke me. Wind sighed, leaves dancing. Leonard's letter arrived that morn final, sealed. Power builds, not breaks, it read. Forgive for you, boy. Envelope yellowed, words wise. I passed it. She read slow, eyes widening. He knew. Nodded. Like you now. Pain shared, lighter. I forgive, I whispered. Not her me. Hate's weight lifted, air fresh. She squeezed my hand, first real. Together? Question hung. Stone silent, but mom's smile felt near. Emotional shift not thunder, but sun breaking. Reckoning done. Heart mended, stitch by stitch. Dawn crept, gold on graves. New path branched. Gordon's ruins rose anew, not towers but hope foundation named for second chances. Debts forgiven, jobs forbroken. Vanessa led beside, voice steady in boardrooms. This honors what was lost, she'd say. Media swarmed, the pair from ashes. Photos flashed us, side by side, no masks. Gerald's shadow faded, jail letters soft pleas. Proud, one read. We burned them together. Firm hummed, billions sowed good. Mornings, coffee shared, laughs tentative. Remember the garage, she'd tease. I'd grin. Mud and magic. Pain scarred, but beauty bloomed. Public event loomed unveiling grand. Suits polished, hearts open. She squeezed my arm. Ready? Twist waited, gift wrapped. City lights beckoned. Rebuild's fire warmed, not burned. Empire shifted from revenge to roots. Her eyes shone. Mine too. Dawn of us. Ceremony hall swelled, town folk packed tight. Banners fluttered, Gordon Haven, community heart. I took stage, mic cool in palm. 10 years back, I had nothing, I began. Gasps soft old whispers known. Lost love, home, hope. But rising taught, build from ashes. Applause built, warm. Vanessa watched front row, eyes bright. This mansion once symbol of loss now yours. Center for all, classes, aid, dreams. Keys tossed to mayor, cheers erupted. Twist landed gentle, turned to her, spot it. When I had nothing, I lost you. When everything came, I found purpose. Not vengeance, redemption. She rose, tears silver. Hand extended. Crowd hushed, then roared. Full circle spun, mud to marble, pain to peace. We stepped down, arms linked. Town lights glowed home. Story closed, not end, beginning. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you like this story, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your impressions of this story in the comments. To listen to the next story, click on the playlist now.